If you're sick of wasting your time on Duolingo without seeing any results, but you still want to learn a language for free, I'm going to share 30 free apps, websites, browser extensions, and content that will help you make real progress in your target language, no matter if you are a total beginner, intermediate, or advanced learner. First is the Refold Resources Docs website. Refold and their community have created resource documents for so many different languages. You simply have a look for your target language and then click on the link. In the new format, you see a spreadsheet and can select from the different content types, such as YouTube channels, movies, books, websites, and they've categorized many of these resources by difficulty. In the old format, you see a Word doc compiled with resources, just in a different structure and format. Refold also have their own Discord community with over 30,000 members, where you can access resources and have discussions with other language learners. The next free website is Reverso. Go to the Context tab and type a word or a phrase. It translates it for you, but it also displays different examples of it in context, which is far more effective for our brains to learn vocabulary. So you can use this tool when a meaning of a word is still a bit unclear. The next website is YouGlish. Use this site if you are uncertain or want to hear the pronunciation of a particular word or phrase, or if you even want to hear a particular accent. You type in a word and it's going to show you loads of different clips of speakers saying the word in a YouTube video, and you can slow down the speed of voice or even skip to show another video. Similarly to Reverso, I also like to use this site to see live video examples of a new word in context. For the next content type, there are YouTube channels known as Easy Languages, where they make videos suitable for beginners, intermediate, and advanced learners. You can either go to the Easy Languages YouTube channel itself, which covers lots of different languages, but then there are also many individual Easy Languages YouTube channels, and I suggest watching their street interview videos, where they talk to real people on the streets in the country where the language is spoken. But to help you follow along, they put dual subtitles on in the video. And to extend this dual subtitles feature to all YouTube videos, which is going to come particularly in handy when you are watching videos targeted at native speakers, download the free Chrome extension Language Reactor. You can see the subtitles in 2 different languages, plus you can also hide the subtitles and also use keyboard shortcuts to replay certain subtitles. You can also show the full transcript. And if you also happen to have a Netflix subscription, note that this Chrome extension also works for Netflix TV shows and movies. One free content type that I have found particularly useful on a daily basis are email newsletters. To find email newsletters to subscribe to, do a Google search, but search in the actual target language that you are learning. Learning target language email newsletters. Self-development email newsletter. I find these particularly good because they use very common and a bit more simpler vocabulary. And also, to go specific to your interests, search for hobby or interest email newsletter. Subscribe to these and you'll get essentially language lessons delivered to your mailbox. And within the app, you can just highlight over words that you don't know and translate them. The first free app I suggest is Busuu. Busuu gives you a roadmap for learning a language. You can learn grammar, new vocabulary spoken by real people, hear actual conversations to practice your listening, and you can also practice your writing and speaking and have it corrected by other users on the app. The next app, which is something that is also available on YouTube and also podcasts, is a course called Language Transfer. These are language audio lessons that guide you through learning a language from the very beginning. To turn your entire phone into a free language learning tool, go into the settings and change the language to your target language. You're going to learn the name for a lot of words that you already understand, and also many of the other apps that are on your phone are going to adopt that language too. The next app that I recommend is Grid Diary. It is a fun journaling app that is going to double as some awesome writing practice once you've done the previous task and changed your phone language. It gives you a grid with different questions to prompt you to write or journal about something specific. Now note, if Grid Diary does not support your target language, you can also try Grid Diary Classic. because it does actually support a few more languages than Grid Diary. The next website I learned from Elise de Vega. You can select from a few languages, select your level, and do a daily crossword puzzle in your language. The next tool, which is a website and also an app, is Anki. It is a spaced repetition flashcard software. You simply create your own flashcards, or you can download entire flashcard decks from the internet and import them into the tool. The next app is Spotify, YouTube Music, or a music platform that you already use. Search for music playlists within your target language, or you can even create your own. And when you're listening to a song, just select the lyrics option and you can follow along with the words. You can also Google the lyrics because often there will be an English translation. Or for the next resource, you can download the Definer Chrome extension. This lets you highlight words in a foreign language and you can translate them instantly then and there. I find that this saves me a lot of time just copying phrases and pasting them into Google Translate manually. The next free app and content type is again Spotify or a podcast app. There are podcasts that will actually teach you a language through audio lessons, but you should also search for podcasts about topics that genuinely interest you, but targeted at people who already speak that language. You should use the transcripts auto-generated feature to follow along with the words as you hear them. Plus, you can highlight them and translate them within the app if needed. To access free textbooks, you can try Google searching your target language plus textbook plus PDF. You could even specify your level. Now, to access free ebooks in your target language, there's a few different ways. LibriVox.org have many books in so many different languages that are in the public domain. But to find other websites like this, I suggest going to freebookbrowser.com and select your language, and it'll show you a number of websites where you can access free books in that target language, most of which are going to be in the public domain. For example, I clicked on manybooks.net and I can select from loads of languages and even filter by genre. So I found Alice in Wonderland, but in German, signed up for an account for free, and then just downloaded the EPUB. To actually read these ebooks in a foreign language, you can use the powerful website Readlang, which works for over 100 languages. You can simply upload the downloaded EPUB file that you downloaded, and this is going to create a lesson. So you can click on that, and then within the lesson, whilst you're reading the book, you can click on all the different words that you don't understand, and it's going to give you an instant translation. You can then even practice these words later using flashcards within the tool. Another thing you can do with Readlang is access their existing library of lessons. This is great because it includes more short stories which are actually tailored to beginners and intermediate learners. The next tool is the Readlang browser extension. If you read any article or piece of content online that is within your target language, you can activate this Chrome extension, and then similarly as within the website, you can click on the words and it's going to translate them, but also save them so you can practice them as flashcards later. The next app is the Readlang App. You first have to visit the website within your browser on your phone because you can't download this app from the app or the Google Play Store. Tap on the share button and then tap add to home screen. This essentially is just like embedding the actual website within what looks and feels like an app, but you are just technically accessing the website. However, it is far more user-friendly for the phone, so I highly recommend this. Another simple way to read any of these ebooks is just with a traditional eReader app. Personally, I like the Kindle app because it's free and it's easy, and without any problems, I can highlight over the words I don't understand and get an instant translation. Now, if you prefer reading physical books and you want to get them for free, by the way, I made this video here where I go through a really neat reading trick to learn a bunch of new vocabulary in your target language. So to get access to physical books for free, I can access them by going to my local library and getting a library card. So I know this might not be as accessible if maybe you don't live near a library. As an alternative, I can suggest Abe Books and Thrift Books to buy books online for very, very cheap. But I know that's not technically free, so let's move on to Libby and BorrowBox. Again, being signed up to a library, this actually also gives me access to these two online platforms, and this way I can access a lot more popular ebooks but also audiobooks for free. The next app is Mango Languages. Similarly, if you have a library card, you can access this language learning course platform and get access to over 70 languages. It gives you a structured, guided course that you can follow along with. It combines listening, reading, and speaking all in the one course, which is great if you are just starting out. For the next app, first find an article or a poem, a story, or some lyrics that you like. And then you're going to open the voice memos or voice recorder app on your phone. You're going to record your own voice reading through these different pieces of text out loud. And then you can re-listen to these voice recordings for listening practice, or sometimes I do like to try out an audio diary entry. The next website is Meetup.com. And I've personally used this website to find French and German local meetups in my area. You can connect with other language learners, but also some native speakers to get some practice speaking the real language and maybe even meet some new friends. The next app is Tandem, and this is a language exchange app. You can chat with natives who already speak the language that you're wanting to learn and who are wanting to learn the language that you speak. You can also join parties, which is basically a group chat where lots of different people are talking in one language. You can just listen in, you don't have to speak. Plus you can connect with people directly, send them messages, send voice messages, and also video chat. Next, if you're familiar with the app Link, there is a free alternative. Basically, you can import and read ebooks on this platform as well. But you can also import articles with the click of their browser extension, and you can even import YouTube videos. You can click on words that you don't understand to get them translated, and this platform is going to track your vocabulary, so it will save new words, learning words, and also words that you have already learned. Plus they have an AI assistant which can help if you want to get a particular grammar point explained, or even if you want help understanding vocabulary in context. The next free website is ChatGPT. You can do so many things, from asking for grammar explanations, having voice conversations, asking it to correct your writing, and even asking it to generate exercises and creating short stories for you to read. AI is a very, very powerful and free language tool, and to see how you can use it to maximize your language learning, click to watch this video here next.